A Chinese-flagged fishing boat ran aground on a coral reef in Mauritius, about 10 kilometers from the capital, Port Louis. The vessel got stuck a few nautical miles from the public beach. It has 130 tons of diesel and 5 tons of dressing oil on board, but no fish. This is according to the Fisheries Minister Sudheer Maudhoo. Mauritius is home to world-renowned coral reefs and popular with tourists.
The boat was meant to be bunkering and taking provision in Port Louis. The boat is not taking on water and there is no oil leak at the moment. The minister said a contingency plan in case of an oil spill in the port of Louis has been deployed. The boat's 16 crew members were rescued on Sunday evening. They included 14 Chinese nationals, 1 Indonesian sailor, and a Filipino. The Mauritius National Coast Guard said there was a distress call from the fishing boat. The stormy sea made the rescue operation difficult, and a police helicopter was called for backup. The rescued sailors have been transferred to the police headquarters and will be placed under quarantine. The incident comes 8 months after Japanese bulk carrier MV Wakiesha leaked hundreds of tons of fuel off the Mauritius coast. Meanwhile, Egypt and Sudan have once again called for international mediation to end a long-running dispute over the construction of Ethiopia's dam on River Nile. Both countries fear the dam could affect their water supply. The call came as Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was on a visit to Sudan for the first time since the overthrow of its former president Omar al-Bashir. During his visit to Khartoum, Sisi met Sudan's civilians and military leaders. The fact that this was separate meeting points to somewhat awkward relationship between the different personalities, but it seems they all agreed on one key issue. In a statement after the talks, Egypt and Sudan called for a new round of dialogue with an expanded mediation team to include officials from the African Union, the United States, the EU, and the UN. They said an agreement had to be reached before Ethiopia starts the next. While Ethiopia says it is willing to keep talking, it wants to stick to the dialogue organized by the African Union and does not want to involve these additional international mediators. So for now, the dispute. On other hand, Egypt has long opposed the construction of the dam because it relies so heavily on the water from the Nile. It is possible that Sudan could benefit from it though. Experts say there will be less flooding and Sudan could get electricity. Finally, Niger police have seized a record 17 tons of cannabis resin worth around $37 million in a shipment originating in Lebanon and bound for Libya. The drugs had passed through the Togolese port of Lomé before being transported by trucks north to Nigerian capital Niamey, over 1,000 kilometers and 2 border crossing away. All was seized on March 2nd from warehouse in Niamey.